In a company, change is inevitable. Change happens all the time, whether it's slow and gradual change or whether it's immediate impact change. If you take a look at the story of Uber, it really, there's a joke that people use all the time for it. It's, when I was a child, my parents told me two things. Never to get in a car with a stranger and never talk to strangers. But here we are in 2018, and we go on the internet. We have a stranger come to our house in their car, we get in and they take us someplace. It's change. So as a company, how are you dealing with change? How are you growing? How are you competing against these new young companies coming into your field and trying to take your business? We look at it at Dell a few different ways. First, let's look at the digital aspect. It is the aspect that your data is your second most valuable resource. Your people are your first most valuable resource. But that data is huge. That data is what allows you to market to your customers effectively. It allows you to create products more efficiently. It allows you to be able to deliver a bottom line result that is profitable to either your owners, yourself, or your shareholders. So how do you mine it? How do you work with that data? What does it look like? We hear so many things every day. Do I utilize the cloud? Do I do everything on site? How do I mine it? What software? What applications? As we sit down and talk with you, these are things we want to get to because we can help you walk through it all. We do everything in that space. We can help you mine it. We can help you get to the point of understanding, because mining data is nothing if you can't understand it. If you can't understand it, then it doesn't do you any good, and all you've done is paid a ton of money for something that's, well, useless. We can help that may be useful for you. We can give you the ability as a company to be smarter and more efficient. Your most valuable piece, your workforce. Your workforce coming out today, 48% won't go to work for a company if that company does not have appeasing technology. If it's antiquated, they don't want to work for you. 33% say they want to see companies that are socially active. 60% of employees want the company to have a relevant technology to what they know today. So what does that look like? How do you get there? Well, there's a lot of ways we can get there. You know, just for example, I mean, one of the popular things today is let the employee bring their own equipment in. We can create a secure place inside your environment that allows them to be able to access the applications that they need, and they have the technology that they want. There's other things that we can do along the way, but that's just a couple. Now you get into the IT infrastructure. It's overwhelming. It's hard to get your head around. You have all these applications. Do I run them in the cloud? Do I run them, here on site? How do I back up the data? You have so many questions as far as how that looks. At Dell Technologies, we can help you walk through that. We have industry-leading products, servers, storage, switching, the whole thing. But let us walk you through it. Let us make sure that we set you up to be in the best place possible. And finally, you have the IT, you have the data, you have the people. What about the security? The security has become the scariest thing today. The security is, what happens if I lose my data? What happens if ransomware hits? We can help you there. We can get you to a place where you're absolutely secure. So come sit down with Dell Technologies today and let us help you prepare for your future.